I to have a house of my own, Mr. Barker, or must I share with my daughter and son-in-law?" The Queen Mother gave Jack her famous smile, but her hands were twisting the full skirt of her periwinkle dress into a knot. "You'll get a pensioner's bungalow. It's your entitlement as an ordinary citizen of this country." "A bungalow? Good. I couldn't manage the stairs. Will my staff be living in or out?" Jack laughed and looked at his fellow Republicans, 6 men and 6 women, hand-picked to witness this historic occasion. They laughed along with Jack. "You don't seem to understand. There'll be no staff, no dressers, no cooks, secretaries, cleaners, chauffeurs." Turning to the Queen, he said, "You'll have to nip in now and then, help your mum out, but she'll probably be entitled to Meals on Wheels." The Queen Mother looked quite pleased to hear this. "So I shan't starve?" "Under the People's Republican Party's rule, nobody in Britain will starve," said Jack. Prince Charles cleared his throat and said, "May one, inquire as to where, that is, the location?" "If you're asking me where you're all going, I'm not telling you. All I can say at the moment is that you'll all be in the same street, but you'll have strangers as next-door neighbours, working-class people. Here's a list of what you can take with you." Jack held out photocopies of each of the lists his wife had compiled only 2 hours before. The lists were headed Essential Items, Furniture, Fittings suitable for 2-bedroomed council house and pensioner's bungalow. The Queen Mother's list was much shorter, she noticed. Jack held the papers out, but nobody came forward to take them. Jack didn't move. He knew that one of them would crack. Eventually Diana got up. She hated scenes. She took the papers from Jack and gave each member of the royal family their list. There was quiet for a moment while they read. Jack fiddled with the gun in his pocket. Only he knew that it wasn't loaded. "Mr. Barker, there is no mention of dogs here," said the Queen. "1 per family," said Jack. "Horses?" asked Charles. "Would you keep a horse in a council house garden?" No, quite. One wasn't thinking." "Clothes aren't on the list," said Diana shyly. "You won't be needing much, just the bare essentials. You won't be making personal appearances, will you?" Princess Anne rose and stood next to her father. "Thank God for that. At least something good has come out of this bloody shambles. Are you all right, Pa?" Prince Philip was in a state of shock, and had been ever since the previous night when he turned on the television for Election Night Special at 11:25 and seen the announcement of the election of Jack Barker, founder and leader of the People's Republican Party, as the member for Kensington West. Prince Philip had watched incredulously as Barker had addressed the joyous crowd in the town hall. Middle-aged poll taxpayers had cheered alongside young people wearing ragged jeans and nose rings. He had lifted the telephone and advised his wife to watch the television set. Half an hour later she rang him back. "Philip, please come to my room." They had sat up until the early hours as one Republican candidate after another had been declared elected in front of cheering crowds of British citizenry. Gradually their children had joined them. At 7:30 a.m. the servants brought them breakfast, but nobody ate. By 11 a.m. the People's Republican Party had won 451 seats, and John Major, the Conservative Prime Minister, had reluctantly conceded defeat.